The Weeknd just bought a $55 million mansion in Florida with a private super yacht dock. A home made out of 15 shipping containers in New Hampshire just hit the market. They want $5 million for this one. Today we're going to take a look at some of the top celebrity and luxury real estate headlines from the last couple weeks. Let's get into it. Coral Gables, Florida. I don't think we've looked at anything in Coral Gables before, but the Weeknd just bought an insane home out here. This property has actually been on and off the market for years. It is a 19,000 square foot house sitting on a 1.5 acre V-shaped peninsula lot. I gotta say, this is probably the most unique shaped lot that we've ever looked at before. The swimming pool is massive and it's got this like mosaic flooring detail. Obviously, based on the shape of this lot, you've got views of the water in every direction. The architecture of the house, in my opinion, is pretty basic, but there's some fun finishes inside, like this wet bar. Here's the office. It's got its own private balcony looking out to the water. They call this one the media room. It's basically a small theater. Check out the staircases and the chandelier that you're looking at when you walk through the front door. The master bedroom is huge. The master bathroom is funky. The master closet is so big that in the description, they don't even call it a closet. They call it a dressing room. The star of the show on this one is the dock, though. This thing is 140 feet long and is capable of housing a 200-foot long yacht. Steven Seagal and Kelly LeBrock's former ranch is for sale. This one's actually been on the market about 6 months. They're asking $14.5 million. Steven and Kelly lived here together before they split in 1996. They initially paid close to $5 million for the property in the early 1990s. It's a very unique property. That's probably why it's been on the market for so long. It's only a 3-bedroom house, but it's got 5,000 square feet. The house itself is, I guess, kind of modest. It doesn't look like anything too crazy, but the acreage is obviously what you're buying here. You're not just getting the house, you're getting all of this. They're marketing this property to either an equestrian enthusiast, a vineyard developer, or they're also calling it what could possibly be a large-scale agricultural opportunity. The main house isn't bad inside. I like what they did with the kitchen and then the flooring, how we got this mix of tile and hardwood. You know, every time I see one of these wine cellars, I wonder how many people actually get their friends together and go sit down at these tables that are in these wine cellars and just crack open a bottle of wine and hang out for a few hours. It sounds fun, but I doubt that happens very often. There's guest houses on this property. There's employee apartments on this property. It's a very unique one, but man, would it be cool to own and live in a place like this. I'm really excited about this next one. There's no celebrity attached. It's just a really cool house. So this home made out of 15 shipping containers just listed for sale in rural New Hampshire. The owner completed this build in 2024. It took him several years. The listing agent says that his vision was to create a retreat and an escape from the rigors of Boston. That article was also saying that the owner initially wanted this to just be a nice place for him and his family to live, but it's kind of sad. I guess the place is so rural that no one in his family wanted to live here. They wanted to be closer to their friends in the city, so I don't even know if they ever moved in. It's actually pretty crazy that you can build a house this big out of just a bunch of shipping containers. And just like the last listing, this one is sitting on a ton of land. We've got 141 acres here. The architecture is super cool. I love how they just like left everything exposed so you can totally tell that this definitely was a bunch of shipping containers. Some people cover that up. The sad realization that I have had though is that even though shipping containers themselves are pretty cheap, you can buy them for like, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000 a piece. It ends up costing more money to build a shipping container house compared to a regular stick-built house because you still need all your standard stuff. You need your drywall and paint. You need your mechanical, electrical, and your plumbing. You need to do all your underground work. So like by the time you add all of these standard features, your windows and doors, all of that, you end up spending more money per square foot to build a house out of containers versus build it out of wood. For our last story, we're going to take a quick look at an iconic home. The Emily in Paris star Lily Collins just sold her home in Pasadena for $6 million. Lily paid under $4 million for the house back in 2021, so she cleared right around $2 million in profit on this deal after she paid her commissions and closing costs and all of that. The reason that this house is iconic, though, is that this is actually one of the case study houses. Being a case study house has landed it on the National Register of Historic Places. This one is case study house number 10. It was built in 1947. The house is furnished perfectly. I'm kind of curious if this is staging or if this is actually her furniture. Super nice kitchen, huge windows, tons of natural light. This is a good angle of the outside looking back at the kitchen. Look at all that glass. Here's a shot of the primary bedroom, which comes with its own little patio. Nice finishes in the master bath too. You know, it feels a lot like it probably did originally, but obviously it was updated in some ways, not all that long ago. That's a wrap for this week's episode, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit subscribe down below before you go. Remember, we're putting videos like this out here on the Estate Media channel every Monday. So yeah, if you want to catch these, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you then.